Action!
Hi guys, Zaina Live on here making a really quick video to show you guys the method that I use to make nim. It's at the request of my buddy Nadira, hey girl, and anybody else who wants to know how to make nim. So a few of the ingredients that you're going to need is all of this that you see here. And this is going to be used to make the fish sauce, but the first thing we're going to do is actually make the nim, and then I'll quickly tell you guys how to make the fish sauce. So to make the nim, you're going to need some type of a meat, unless of course you are making your nim meatless. In my mixture I used ground chuck. You can use ground buffalo, ground beef, ground chuck. You can use shrimp, you can use chicken, whatever you want to put in there, put in there. If you don't want to put any meat, omit the meat, okay? And you'll also need bean thread noodles, if you can see that. And these are just really skinny little vermicelli noodles. And depending on how much nim I'm making, I'll either get one or two of these, take it and submerge it in really, really hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling, or you can boil the water and let the water sit for maybe 5 minutes, and then submerge your bean thread noodles in the water for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then take it out, and then you'll add that to your mixture. And then the other thing that you'll need is some rice paper, and they have so many different brands, so you do not have to get this exact kind, just get rice paper. And this is what it looks like before you soften it up. So it's really hard. And so let's go ahead and go over to the other side of the counter, and we'll go ahead and start rolling up our nim. Hey. Alright. So here, guys, is my mixture, okay? It's not a lot. Don't laugh, because my husband loves this stuff and is nearly gone. And I've already been rolling nim, as you can see. So this is my mixture. You can see the bean thread noodles in here that I've already had softened up. And then I cut them up into little pieces. You can see that's kind of the size that you want. And then I have some ground chuck in here, some onion in here, I have some green onion, and I have some carrot. Two of the things that I really love to put in this mixture but that I don't have right now is taro root and mushrooms. So those are really good, but you can substitute or add in any vegetables that you want to. You can really just make it your own. This is just the way I make the nim. So you have your mixture. You're going to need a place to actually do the rolling. You're going to need to have your rice paper set up. You're going to need a container to put your rolled nim in, and you're going to need a pan of hot water that's large enough for your rice paper to fit in there. So you can see that will fit. So what I like to do is put, and this rice paper has a little hole in it, but that's okay, we can work with it. So what I like to do is go ahead and put 2 pieces of rice paper in my water and just kind of put it underneath, and they're going to start to curl. One trick that you can use is to put a spoon. This spoon is really not long enough, but you can put a spoon over it so that if your rice paper does start to curl, once your spoon is over it, it won't, curl all the way up out of the water. So, and excuse that, that's my hot oil. I just accidentally put water over there. So what you want to do is just get your rice paper soft. It doesn't take long at all. That's been, what, a few seconds? Maybe not even a minute just yet. And it's pretty much soft enough. So you see how it was really, really hard at first, and now it's soft. You see the difference? And so you take your softened rice paper, and you just spread it out on your rolling area like so. And normally I don't really use a spoon. I'm just kind of using a spoon because I'm doing a video. And you just want to maybe take like 2 spoons and just put it right there on the rice paper. But the way I normally do it is I just get my hands dirty and just grab a scoop of the mixture and put it on the rice paper. I normally put more than this because I make mine pretty fat, but I'm just doing it really petite right now. So you put it kind of like towards the bottom of the rice paper. And then there's 2 methods. I'm going to show you the first method on this one and the second method on the other. You want to flip over your ends first. And bear with me, guys. Let me pull out this rice paper before it gets too soft. I'm just going to put it right there for a minute. So you want to roll over your ends like that. Then take your bottom, roll it over like that. And then keep rolling, rolling, rolling. You want to roll it tight enough. And so there's the nim. That's the first method. And you just stick it over there. Get your next piece of rice paper. And while you're rolling that, if you're going to be rolling a whole lot of nim, go ahead and put this in the hot water and let it start to get soft while you're rolling this one. And so on this one, I'm going to show you the second method. Just take your mixture, and I'm pretty much out, but I'm leaving like just a little bit to make that third one. Actually, let me take a little bit out. And so the first method we did the sides first. The second method we're going to do the bottom first. So you just take the bottom and roll it up, and the rice paper is very sticky, so it's going to touch itself like that and kind of hold in the ingredients. You're making like a little pouch, and just fold that under just a little bit, and then take your side and put it up, and take your other side and put it over that, and then roll. And I really like this method. The second method is my favorite because it just seems more secure, and it seems prettier. Like, look at that. And I think this was the first one that we did. So see, it's a little bit different, but they both work out. So whatever works for you. And you kind of want to go pretty quickly because you don't want your rice paper to get too soft. If your rice paper gets too soft, it can tear. If you do have that happen, just know that you do not have to throw out your rice paper. If you get a tear in your rice paper, you can always just soften up another piece, tear a little piece off that one, and like patch it up. Because the rice paper is very sticky, and so you can always fix it. And I'm out of mixture. I normally put way more than that, but I'm out. So we're going to do my favorite method again. You roll up the bottom, make sure it touches, fold it over just a little bit, the side, the other side, and then just roll up. This one actually has a little bit too much water, so it's not being very cooperative, but I can work with it. And so then once you have your nim done, the ideal thing is to take your nim and to put it in the refrigerator, or you can even freeze it overnight. Well, put it in the refrigerator overnight if you're in a rush to make it, but you can make a whole gang of these guys like ahead of time and just put them in foil and just freeze them, and you can leave them in the freezer, and it's a very, very quick go-to meal. So right now I'm actually going to fry these, but I'm going to put them in the refrigerator first so that they're not too wet when I fry them. Okay, now let's quickly move over here to, let me grab my spoon. And yes, I'm just going to lick it clean. We don't need this. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the mixture is some of the seasonings here. That's why I had this out. I'm sorry, guys. Some of what I use to season the mixture is garlic. I have some black pepper here. I use salt. I have smoked paprika, some turmeric, cayenne pepper, ground ginger. Oh, that's hot. And some ground cumin. So the seasonings is pretty much up to you. That's just what I used in mine. You know, give or take, do what you want to do is your mixture. The fish sauce. This is what it looks like. And this fish sauce was made yesterday. It's been in the refrigerator. But you can see the pieces of garlic that I have and the carrot, the shredded carrot. So what I have in here is fish sauce, a third of fish sauce, a third of some type of a vinegar, and a third of water. That's going to be your base pretty much. And then I have these add-ins that I like to use. Lemon or lime. I really prefer the lemon over the lime. I've done it with both, and the lime just gives it a really, I don't know, I don't really like the taste. So you can try it with lime, but I recommend doing it with the lemon. And then you have the garlic, and I have honey, crushed red pepper, and then my shredded carrots. So I take a third of these back three, put it into a bowl, mix it up real good, kind of taste it a little bit, see if it's to your taste buds. If not, if you want it more salty, add more fish sauce. If you want it more tangy, add more vinegar. If you think that it's way too strong, add a little bit more water. But just try to stick with the third of each one of these. And then what you want to do is add honey to taste. The honey is not a requirement, but I love to put it in there. It just gives it a really nice taste. And add some crushed red pepper. You know, chop up maybe 1 to 3 cloves of garlic and put that in there. The fresh garlic is really nice. You're going to throw some shredded carrot. It's no certain amount of shredded carrot that you need. We love a lot of carrots, so I just pile it up with shredded carrot. If you only want a few pieces, just put a few. And then at the very end, you just want to squeeze some lemon juice in there. One trick, if you don't already know, to squeeze a lemon is once you roll your lemon, roll, make it soft, cut cut it in half. Once you squeeze your lemon, don't turn the half. Do I have a? Yeah. This is a piece of lemon that I had. It doesn't have any more juice, but don't turn the half over like that. When you squeeze it like that, so that when the seeds start to pop out, they pop out the top, and you can easily scoop them off so they do not go into your mix. So that's just a little trick that I use. Once you have your fish sauce and once you have your nem fried, let me just put one into the oil. I'm trying to go to the bottom and find one that's a little bit dry, because you don't want to fry them while they're still wet. It doesn't work out well. So this is going to pop and sizzle. And if we have a deep fryer, but I just really don't feel like using it right now. I don't want to go through the hassle of having to clean it. So, but if you have a deep fryer, it's great if you can just drop these in the deep fryer. But if not, you can just do it on the stove. The trick to this part is to not put too many in at one time. You don't want them to touch each other because they're sticky. And once they start to cook, they will stick to each other. And when you try to pull them apart, your nem will tear up and all the insides will be all in the oil, and it's just a mess. So just make sure to keep them spaced out. You could actually probably fit maybe 2 more in a pan that's this size. But just be careful. Okay, so you're just going to cook your nem until it nicely browns on both sides. And then once you have your nem cooked, I'll post a picture on this video to show you what the cooked nem looks like. Once you have it cooked, you take you're going to get your green leaf lettuce. We're nearly out. But I really like to use the green leaf lettuce because, and this is a baby piece, but normally it's a little bit wider because it's pretty wide. And you just stick your nem in there, your finished cooked nem, and you just roll it up, and then you dip it into your fish sauce, and you taste it, and you will be, if not in heaven, close to heaven, because it's really, really good. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm running through, racking through my brain right now, trying to make sure there's nothing that I did not tell you. I guess one tip that I can say is that whenever you serve nem, whether you're eating it yourself or serving it to somebody, make sure you have a bowl of clean water for them, because this fish sauce here is very, very potent and very, very strong. So once it gets on your hands, or if it drops anywhere, it's just, the smell is very strong because it's made from anchovy extract, so it's very strong. So make sure that you serve it with a bowl of clean water, so that whoever eats it, because you do have to use your hands, they can just, clean off their fingers in there, and you guys should be good. If you have any questions, comment on the video, post, send me an email, send me a message. I got you. Let me know. Peace, blessings, love, and light. Thanks for watching the video. Bye, guys.